Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Washington Gun Law TV. I am Washington Gun Law President William Kirk. Thanks for joining us. Hey, for some of you who may not know this, in a previous lifetime, when I was a very young lawyer, I had the great pleasure of working for King County Prosecuting Attorney Norm Mailing. Now, Mr. Mailing was a man of great principle. He strongly believed in equal justice under the law, and he understood the limitations of the prosecutor's power, and he yielded it with great discretion. And it was truthfully, one of the great honors of my life to be able to work for Mr. Mailing. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, however, when it comes to prosecutors, well, we have George Gascon. There is no more politicized prosecuting attorney anywhere in the United States than Mr. Gascon. He is driven absolutely by woke social justice policies. He is more interested in advancing those policies in the social justice arena than he ever is advancing criminal justice. He is more worried about virtual signaling than he ever is about protecting the citizens of Los Angeles County. He is, by all accounts, an absolute abomination, and one of the many reasons why California, America's most beautiful state, is struggling so mightily right now. Well, it appears that Mr. Gascon has had a change of heart, though, when it comes to prosecuting certain types of crimes, and it should come as a surprise to no one when you hear what's being prosecuted here. So today, let's spend a few very important minutes and have a discussion about when your prosecutor finally decides to prosecute. Okay, before we get going down the road we're going down, proud to announce that this video is being brought to you by Legal Heat. That's right, America's largest educator of concealed carry classes. Legal Heat has now taught over 250,000 people since they began doing this in 2005. Now listen, if you live in Washington State, you can find a class at any one of these locations right here. If you live outside the state of Washington, congratulations, you are probably doing better than most of us, except if you're in California. However, you too can find a class. All you need to do is visit them at mylegalheat.com. That's mylegalheat.com. Now, listen, here's the best news. No matter where you are, if you find a class and you like it, hey, go ahead and use the promo code Washington Gun Law. That's Washington Gun Law, all one word, and you will receive 15% off. So for more information, visit my friends at mylegalheat.com. Okay, so the story we're talking about today, Dateline, April 5th, Los Angeles, California. The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department have arrested one of their own. That's right. Sheriff Deputy Brandon Garmon was placed into custody and arrested for multiple felony accounts. What is the crime that Deputy Garmon was engaged in? Well, he possessed an unlawful assault weapon. That's right. A member of the Los Angeles law enforcement was in possession of a semi-automatic rifle and tracer rounds in his own private property, and after service of a search warrant on his property, was taken into custody for possession of this unlawful weapon. Now, even though this story broke on April 5th of this year, it appears that the warrant was actually served on Deputy Garmon way back in 2020, and he has been on paid administrative leave since then. He now, with felony charges being filed against him, is on unpaid administrative leave, but it begs the question that we have a prosecuting attorney who doesn't seem to be too interested in prosecuting many crimes. Certainly, we have seen this scourge of violence increase in Los Angeles County, the scourge of property crimes, sex crimes, and various other crimes that have overall depleted the quality of life for every resident in Los Angeles County, many of which are paying a very premium price to live in that county. This is a prosecuting attorney so bad that he has already been through one recall vote in which he narrowly survived. It is obvious that Mr. Gascon does not have any intention of equally applying justice and has no intention of trying to make the communities within Los Angeles County more safe. But does he intend on going after Deputy Garmon with the fullest extent of the law? Oh, he most certainly does. When learning about this arrest, what did George Gascon have to say? Well, he said this. While I support the rights afforded to us under the Second Amendment, I also respect the laws of our state. It is illegal to possess an AR-15 assault rifle in California, and I expect everyone, including sworn officers, to follow this law. These weapons have repeatedly led to massive loss of life across this nation, and I fully intend to enforce the ban in Los Angeles. But Mr. Gascon, I would also point out that there are many other activities such as drug dealing, open drug use, rape, murder, robbery, theft, all of which are also against California law, but you, for whatever reason, choose not to enforce these laws. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department was also asked, because obviously one of their own was taken into custody on this. Their response was as follows. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department expects all of its members to hold themselves to the highest ethical and professional standards at all times. Department members who engage in criminal misconduct will not be tolerated and will be investigated and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Now, let us remember, while this prosecution is underway, it is highly likely for Deputy Garmon that at some point, the very statute under which Mr. Gascon is now prosecuting you will in fact be ruled unconstitutional by Roger T. Benitez, the United States District Court, San Diego Division. Now, I should point out that for many of the other states who have ridiculous assault weapon bans, ridiculous magazine bans, all of which are unconstitutional and will likely be struck down in short order, let us remember that almost all of those states do have exceptions for active members of law enforcement and active members in military. The state of California apparently appears to know what's best. They appear to not trust law enforcement with the very weapons that they're probably using while on duty. And in this situation, in a rare instance of trying to actually apply some level of justice, well, George Gascon decides this is the case that needs to be prosecuted. It will be very interesting to see what happens with this case. It will be very interesting to see what happens after Judge Benitez guts California's law. Listen, in the meantime, you may have more questions about this or anything else related to what's left of our Second Amendment rights. If you do, you should know how to contact Washington Gun Law by now. But if you don't, hey, all of that information is in the description box down below. In the meantime, I do want all of you to remember that part of being the lawful and responsible gun owner, like we talk about all the time here, is to know what the law is in every situation, how it applies to you in any instance that you may find yourself. Until next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe.